So tell us about Live, Learn, Survive, interactive fire and water safety workshops. What do they look like?
Yeah, so me and Lee come up with this business or this company to be able to talk to as many kids as we can about water safety and fire safety. It's very important. I'm very passionate about the two. Now that I'm a firefighter, I know how important it is to learn fire safety, and being a lifeguard for the last 12 years, I know how important it is for people to know water safety. So we managed to put all this information into an interactive workshop. We can do an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, as long as it takes for people to understand and for us to tell our story. It's really cool because I'll be able to talk about real life scenarios and get the kids involved and getting them thinking, and then 9 times out of 10 the teachers actually ask questions as well, because they want to know what's going on. So so far in the last year we've done over 1,000 kids, and this year we want to try and do more.
And we make them interactive because you and I are both people that get distracted.
Well, I've got ADD and I get distracted and I fidget.
Get distracted.
And
I'll just go and put the kettle on.
Yeah.
No, cup of tea? No,
cup of
all
tea.
right.
But, yeah.
So it keeps kids engaged,
it
basically.
does, and I can pick up when kids are starting to lose it, because I was one of those kids back in the day at school. Once you lose concentration, that's it, you lost me. But I pick up on those little telltales of kids, it's good, because it's good for me, because it's actually helped me be able to speak in front of groups better. The skills, and it actually thrives for me to stay on top of the current, the safety stuff. We want all the new information that we get as lifeguards and firefighters, I'm passing down to the kids and the teachers and the adults that come to these workshops.
Yeah, and I think for the kids as well, like for me, in the background watching, when we roll out like the 2 meter length of the beach, and they're gonna sit alongside you and set up the beach, and you say, okay kids, we got 40,000 people on this beach in 3 hours, and it's our job to keep them safe.
I make them honorary lifeguards. I go, picture this, you start at the beach 6 o'clock in the morning, you got to set up the beach, you got 40,000 people potentially coming down those ramps. Set up the beach and make it safe, and I get them thinking and problem solving, because it's not easy. We've got this big 2 meter poster, and it's like an average day at Bondi. There's rips all through the beach, and you can see where the banks are, you can see where the rips are, you can see there's a few little telltales of where the lifeguards are too if you look closely. So it just gets them thinking, and we've got these little 3D figures to be able to place all on the beach too. So
so they're getting involved instead of just watching. They're problem solving the situation and working it out, and there's very few that don't engage with it.
No,
they have a great
I get
time.
them all involved, and we also got the signage as well, because across Australia a lot of the signage that we use at the beaches is roughly the same, so we have laminated pictures of that. Then also with the fire stuff, we go into scenarios with fire, and we talk about, make sure you have working smoke alarms and why you should have working smoke alarms. And we do a fire safety plan for them, or home evacuation plan for them to fill out and then put on their fridge at home, so their mum and dad or the carers can talk as a family and have a evacuation route.
Where do you go with the workshops?
We can go anywhere, we're mobile, so we're very lucky that all the stuff that we have to be able to do these workshops is all in the palm of our hands. We can do it in fields, paddocks,
and we have
out the back here,
by a river,
schools, by
under
a river.
a tree.
Yeah, and not
We
only
don't
in
need
Australia,
water.
not only in Australia, we've done the UK as well, and
We take the beach. The beach goes wherever.
The beach goes wherever. So it's very very fortunate to be able to tell the story.
In between a couple of football goals.
Yep, we've done it. We've done it all sorts of ways.
In the playground, school hall. So literally anywhere there's a crowd of kids,
we're
we
there.
can do a bit of water safety. So, in creating Live Learn Survive, has there been any standouts or little incidents as a lifeguard and a firefighter that have like made you think that's the education bit's important?
Yeah, well, you hear about people dying in house fires for not having working smoke alarms. You hear about people drowning at the beach, not swimming between the red and yellow flags. You hear about people jumping into water, not testing the water, and breaking their necks in rivers. You hear all these things, all the media are all quick to jump on the negative stuff, but, I don't see many people doing the positive stuff. And, hats off to me and Lee. We're out there at the forefront. We're silent achievers. We're going to these schools, doesn't matter where it is, and we're explaining how important it is to know these things. We're not.
And we're all about the underdog as well.
We are. We're just doing our bit, and
we get a lot of messages from parents, kids, whatever, and wherever we can, and we can send a positive message or stuff like that. We always do, and that's the stuff that is just priceless, because kids just need someone to believe in them and to feel that they're important, and it's inspiring stuff. So if I was I've got 3 under 5s to take to the beach tomorrow.
Yep.
What would be the 3 bits of information you would make sure you told me?
Well, I would say make sure you check the signage, make sure there's lifeguards on the beach and there's red and yellow flags. Check the conditions, because we can still have red and yellow flags up and the beach can still be dangerous, potentially, for your ability. So, make sure that you know what you're doing. If you go to places like Bondi, you got the kids pool, you go down to Bronny, you got the bogey hole. You go to some of the other beaches where they're longer beaches, no real rock pools. Then try and stay in between the red and yellow flags, really close to shore, and explain to them how dangerous the beach can be, and maybe point out the dangerous current signs and where the rips are, if you can spot a rip. And make sure you have plenty of water, you eat, and you apply lots of sunscreen. And for kids that age, make sure they have rashies, hats and sunglasses.
So one of the questions, we've done question answers today, one of the questions that it was on the list was, I don't live near a patrolled beach.
Yep.
What would your advice be if I was that same mum, auntie with 3 kids? What would you say to me if my only option was an unpatrolled beach?
Well, don't go swimming, because like I said before, 9 times out of 10 you might swim there and it might be safe, but the one time you're not there, there's no one there to help you.
Yeah.
Might be the odd surfer, but if there's 3 or 4 of you, the surfer can only probably hold 1 or 2. So, if you can forfeit 1 or 2 of your kids or yourself, that's the reality of it. So I reckon hold off and travel that extra 10, 15, 20 minutes, or wait till the weekend and travel an hour away to a patrolled beach, or go to your local pool, or there's so many different ways. You just need to think safety. I know it sounds very blasé, but it's very important.
People will think it'll never happen to
them. But it does happen.
And I was down the coast last week, and between the flags, the sand was so uneven. Yeah. The sandbar was like, you could lose your foot in if you were
troughs. You got all different things, and a lot of people think too, where the flags are for that day is where they are all day. But we're constantly. I've worked on the beach days where we've moved the flags 5 times. So, constantly watch the water, get the kids swimming, get them involved in the local surf club if they've got a surf club nearby, or wait till you for the weekend or trips away to swim at patrol beaches, because it's very, very, very important to swim at patrol beaches, because not only the drowning stuff or the water safety stuff, but if you lose one of your kids on the beach, or one of the kids hurts themselves, first aid is where the lifeguards are too, and the lifesavers.
Okay. Last thing. Anything that you wished you had known earlier in your career, other than me? You're not supposed
you know
to
what? You're constantly learning. You're constantly learning. I've learnt so much over the last 12 years as a lifeguard, and Live Learn Survive has only been going for a year. Be interested to see where we are in 5 years, 10 years. Because I'm hungry to keep moving forward. You know, I want to be at the forefront of water safety and fire safety, and I'm very fortunate that I've got age on my side. I'm only 27, and you know, I can see myself being a lifeguard for a long time and a firefighter, so I'll be current with, you know, current events and things that are out there. Yeah, just basically just keep learning, because every day is a challenge, and yeah, just got to just keep chipping away.
I think as well with Live, Learn, Survive is because we've set it up as a social enterprise, which means that profit will go to areas of put in workshops into areas a long way from the beach, maybe disadvantaged areas, kids that would not get the opportunity to be able to be put through a program like that. The fact that there are drownings a long away from the beach, and that we can take the workshop out there and give kids a fun experience. That's one of the things that I'm really keen to do.